let me know, man. I got a hit on that title. All right, man. So listen, this situation, man, this is Glenn Price and his old lady, man. And one thing I want y'all to understand, she still carry her last name. Whenever a woman carries her last name into a marriage, then she's an independent woman. And you got to understand that. Now you may ask, if he helped start the business, how was she able to fire him? Well, she's the majority owner. Not by much, but she's the majority owner. Like she had the right to, to do that. And unless it's set up in a way where, because even when if she has that much ownership, that's why most time when people set up a corporation, that's why I'm old school. I would rather set up a corporation, not an LLC. I'd rather just set up a corporation. I'd rather fully incorporate. So that way you got multiple partners. Let's say you got two business partners. One is the president, one is the chairman. They both have equal power, equal veto power, equal everything, which means that nothing happens without those two people agreeing on it. So for me, that will be my thing, and I get it, man. I get it. It's a whole lot easier to file an LLC, but 9 times out of 10, if you fully incorporate, man, you're going to be about your business. A lot of time people get an LLC, they don't even do nothing with it. But anyway, Keith Williams, man, appreciate you joining the family, bro. Appreciate you coming in, sliding in, man, to the GLG, man. Salute to you. Appreciate you. Distinguished Nomad in the building. B. Hayes in the building. JK all day in the building. Slim in the building. What up with you, BFG? I see you, man. Mansa Mook in the building. And Mr. J on deck. King Abraham, what's good with you, man? Prodigal Son 75, I see you, man. Dr. Noble J. Bay, what's good with you, man? I see you in the joint. Eric Halston, what's good? Keep tapping. What up, KT? P. Miller, what up, P? I don't know if I shout out Distinguished Nomad, yeah, but here y'all, man. Appreciate you being in the joint. So, all right, man. So, of course, we got some clips lined up today, man. We've been kind of rolling with just coming in, man, popping out, man, going in. So, today, man, I got a round of clips set up for you, man, and pretty dope clips too, man. But right when I was setting this up, someone sent me a clip of this guy, stepdad guy, and he has literally spent a few years setting up the real dad for life, raising his daughter, training her, teaching her. I mean, listen, we did a show earlier about this, about the girl with all the things on her list. This guy did it. I wish I had this clip then. This guy did it. He did all of that. He came in, took care of her. He took care of her child. He let her, do whatever she wanted to do. So when the stepdad shows up, the real dad, I don't know if he was in prison or what, but she put this guy out of the house, which is your first mistake. If you're in a situation where you got to live with a woman, she better be your woman, not this guy's baby mama, because you just never know how that's going to work out. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't got to end good where she putting in work to prove to you that she belongs, bruh, you wasting your time, man, and you're doing yourself a great disservice, and you owe yourself better than that. So we'll talk about this clip first, man, but I want y'all to understand, man. I want y'all to understand. You have to make sure as a man that when you're in a position like Glenn was in with his old lady, you got to lead by example. So this woman, well, obviously she's a go-getter. You know what I'm saying? She majority owner of the Turkey Leg Hill, so obviously she's a go-getter. But they've been struggling for a while now to make payroll. They didn't just start. They've been struggling for a while to make payroll. Sometimes people don't get paid. Sometimes people working, they don't know when they're going to get paid. And right now they're in that situation now. Some people ain't got paid in 6 weeks. And, it's just a bunch of things going on. But what happens is, I will say this, Glenn did drop the ball. So on that, Keith Williams and I definitely agree. He dropped the ball. MPI, what's good? Texas Real One in the building. Zay Bright, what up? Craig Mack, man, brand new flavor in your ear. What up, man? More power, what up with you, man? Salute to you. The Rain Carrot Show in the building. Salute, man. Salute. We got the guys coming through, man. So yeah, I agree. He dropped the ball. Because if you got a woman and she got enough hustle and grind for y'all to have that situation, bruh, you got to make that shit pop. I say to you guys right now, if you meet a woman and she got paper and she like you like that, and she gonna give you access to the paper, man, you don't go ball out like niggas who ain't never had none, even if you ain't never had none. Your goal is to make the paper grow. For a woman to trust you with money, dog, you got to make the money grow. So even if you got a little money or you playing the role like you got a little money, after a while, the woman gonna know whether you got the money or not because of the way you make the money grow, the way you make the money go. So in this situation, man, they should have been franchising them shits all over the Southeast by now. You know what I'm saying? All that money on all them cars and, and trying to be, and trying to be a D-boy / rapper. Now, he was trying to live a rap lifestyle. He would make you think that they were doing 10 or 15 million a year. But that wasn't the case. Right now, the company is estimated at $50,000. 50 bands? The company is estimated at 50 bands right now. Midnight Life, what up, man? Shard, what up with you, man? What up? So let's get into this thing, man. Let's look at this first clip, though, man. We got to get this one out the way. I had to go ahead and tack this one on front. Let's look at this stepdad guy, and he's doing the one thing we say you never do in the alpha sphere. You never try to check the woman for being who she's supposed to be. You never try to check the woman for being who she's supposed to be. You understand me? Who she's supposed to be. She's going to be that. If you put yourself in a situation where you go into a situation and you make the responsibility of another man's child your own, it's always going to end terribly. It may end terribly in 2 years. It may end terribly in 20 years. But at some point, it's going to end terribly. So let's take a look at this clip.
My laptop over here, so I came to get it. And I get here, and the person that I had to be daddy for, because he didn't want to be a dad in the beginning, he in the house with his game hooked to the TV I bought. You know what I'm saying? His clothes in here. He just chilling. I got to leave. I live here.
Just until we finish talking.
I live here. He's gone. He's gone. You proud of yourself?
Post it on Facebook.
You proud of yourself?
Hey.
Proud of myself.
It's funny. Okay.
Look, man, the guy just told him to get out. Listen, he talking about he live here. The baby dad has just told him, hey, man, you got to get out just till we finish talking. Man, listen, you done set her up, kept her situated, kept the bills paid, help her keep the bills paid. And all the while, you weren't even the guy she wanted, but you thought you were. Let's keep listening.
His gang hooked the TV I bought. And then she gives the daughter I've been raising, the daughter I taught how to speak, the daughter I taught how to walk, the daughter I taught how to use the pot. He gave her to him. You know what I'm saying? This shit.
Listen. I want you to listen to the delusion of this guy. This is what happens when you get caught up in your emotions. He's sitting complaining that the woman, the child that she had with the other guy, he's saying that she gave the child to that guy. Dude, it's his child. I tell you guys all the time, if the woman still wants to be with the guy she has the child with, then you are the fool. You have been played for a fool. This is the reality of it. All right, yeah, the cops told him to leave. All right, Dr. Noble J. Bay, maybe that was the cops who told the guy to leave, man. Maybe the cops telling the other guy to leave, my bad. So listen, I want y'all to listen to the guy. He's complaining in the camera about being a fool. He's laughing and joking, but really he feel like crying. The boy's broken inside. He's been taken advantage of in a way that no man ever wants to be taken advantage of. He's been played for a fool. I'm talking about a fool. He been played for a real fool, man. Let's keep listening.
Shit crazy, man.
You said
you just said that your baby daddy that didn't want to be a father, that you said had AIDS, all this shit. You said he came to pick up Summer, but his PlayStation hooked to the TV. That's what you saying.
I said he came over yesterday.
And why was he here yesterday?
To come chill with Summer.
You said get Summer. Now it's
why you mean why he was there yesterday, dog? He was there to knock the stuffing out there in McMuffin, boy. He spent the night, bruh. His clothes there. What you mean why he there? He there because that's his woman. He there because that's his child. He there because that's his family. You were just a fill-in. That's what, see, here's the thing. A woman like this makes it tough for every woman with a child because of this. Because of this man saying he did this and did that and did this, and the whole time the woman knows she was going to go back and be with the other man. So it's not that men say something's wrong with you if you have a child. Men are afraid of this. Men are afraid of this being the case. As a man, don't you be ashamed if you're afraid of this being the case. You should be afraid, very afraid. He talking about this child like it's his child and the woman gave his child away. No, you were a fill-in, my guy. And here's the thing. I told you guys earlier, man, this would have been perfect for the earlier show, but hey, man, we got it right now. If a woman truly wants a man, if she's truly tied to him, he ain't got to have shit. He literally don't. She will come in and share everything she has with him. There are plenty of women who are married to guys who don't do nothing. Don't do nothing. She's content with carrying the load because that's the guy. That's her guy. And no matter what he does, he could do anything. Man, listen, he can be, physically aggressive. He could be that. I mean, he could be, tipping around with whatever woman he want to tip with. It don't matter. If that's her guy, then there's nothing you could do about it.
Chill with Summer. You say he came to get Summer yesterday, but his PlayStation hooked to the TV I bought. He back here today at 12 a.m. to pick up Summer. His PlayStation still hooked to the TV. 3 days after you told me I had to leave because you needed to focus on you and your career, and niggas, dudes, you ain't have space for that. You ain't have space for our relationship. The person that's been here through thick and thin, regardless if I stayed home a week because Summer got sick and got me sick and I couldn't go to work and gave you 300 out of the 350 I made because I was sick. Whatever I got, I get, and that's the real. Come on, bro.
Man, listen, bro. I want you to listen to what this guy's saying. He wants her to feel sorry for him. Dog, a woman will let you bankrupt yourself if it benefits her, if she's a low vibrational woman. See, here's the thing. And I want you guys to understand this. If you have nothing, you can get a woman to take care of you, but she's going to be a low vibrational woman. She's not going to be the type of woman who's upwardly mobile. She's just not going to be that. She's not going to be that. Like, you're not going to have nothing and, get an upper echelon woman. It's rare. We got to look at the Kevin Federlines of the world. We got to look at, there aren't many guys that we could say had nothing and ended up getting a woman who had something. Britney Spears was on when Kevin Federline got her. What's the next guy? We can't say Nick Cannon. Nick Cannon get money. Nick Cannon's reach is wide in the entertainment industry, and it has been for a long time. So it's not the same scenario as Nick Cannon with Mariah Carey. That's not the same thing as Kevin Federline. I didn't even know who the hell he was. Only thing I ever knew about him was he was Britney Spears' husband. That's all I know. Britney Spears' baby daddy. That's all I know. We knew who Nick Cannon was before. So you can't think of many scenarios where a guy who has nothing was able to get a woman who has something, like really has something. Not a woman who got a job in her own little spot. I'm talking about a woman who got it. It's rare. And so in a situation like this, you got to understand, you got to look at a woman's history. Man, listen, I'm going to tell you like this. If a woman has a baby daddy who ain't got shit, that's the type of man she deserves because that's the type of man she's used to. You can't step in to a woman who used to having ain't shit guys, and then you're going to step in and you're going to be the shit because I am the shit. If she ain't never had nothing but ain't shit, she don't deserve the shit. You understand me? She don't deserve that. That's just the reality of it. She don't know what to do with it. She don't know how to cope with it. She don't know how to grow with it. She don't know how to blow with it. She don't know how to show with it. She don't know how to do none of that. All she know how to do is try to capitalize on it however she can. Try to live a certain life that she never been able to live before. And you got to remember that, man. And in this case, this woman was just preparing for this guy. She put him out 3 days earlier and said, look, you got to go. Why? Because JoJo about to come to the crib. He about to come home, man.
It ain't about money. It's about loyalty. It's about. Come on, bro. You don't know what it's about. The dude Listen, you asked me to have a baby with you and killed it.
And now we back on the upper.
Yeah. Because you got this
Because
dude.
I was paying for everything. I'm not gonna have
When
no
were you?
baby.
You were not paying for everything.
Free, y'all.
You had a baby.
Guys, it's 1 o'clock.
Okay.
I want y'all to think about what she just said. She wanted to have a baby, got pregnant, terminated the pregnancy because she was paying everything. Well, when you paying everything when you got pregnant? Man, listen, let me tell you something, brothers. This guy is living in this woman's house. When you are living in a woman's house, bro, you cannot afford a baby. I say again, if you are a man who's living in a woman's house, you can't afford a baby. You know why? Because you can't even afford to be a damn man at that particular time. He can't even afford to be a man. I want y'all to understand something. If you can't afford to be a man, it's okay. Don't do grown man shit. Don't try to create a family when you can't even afford to be a man. Don't try to have a woman when you can't even afford to be a man. Don't try to buy fancy clothes and all of that when you're living at somebody's house and you can't even afford to be a man. This is what you get when you make grown man decisions, but you can't afford to be a man because grown man decisions cost. Every single grown man decision you'll ever make is going to cost. You can't make grown decisions as a man who has nothing. You can't do it. You can't be a man who brags that I gave you 300 of the 350 that I made. Now, if you have nowhere to go, and you just ain't willing to live in your car, I understand at some point you may have to, depending on what your environment is that you grew up in, you may have to live with a woman. But I say in those situations, if you're growing up in that environment, man, it's better to hustle it's better to hustle in the streets and try to make ends meet and try to get you some meat and try to get you something to eat and try to get on your feet before you just go shack up with somebody and live on them with some little, because that can't be your end goal. If you're in that situation, it got to be a stepping stone. It can't be your end goal, man.
You had a baby with a dude while you were homeless and no car. You had the baby.
Oh, wait a minute. I want y'all to understand something too. We're going to go back a little bit. He did say it's about loyalty. She is loyal. Like Rashad Smith said, she's loyal to her baby daddy. She's showing you loyalty. It's just not to you, guy. As a man, boy, this is a tough pill to swallow. And this gonna hurt. This gonna hurt him, dog. It's gonna hurt him because he did the one thing you can never do. You can't trust a woman to have your best interest at heart. The one thing you must always remember, no matter how a woman loves and cares for you, she loves and cares for you because it benefits her own best interest. She's always going to have her own best interest at heart. If you ever believe she has your best interest at heart, you are losing it and you will lose even more. Let's get back into this.
Paying for everything. You had a baby.
Guys, it's 1 o'clock.
Okay. You had a baby with a dude while you were homeless and no car. You had the baby.
I was 17.
Okay. You're not 17 now and he back around with his PlayStation hooked to my TV.
No choice but to co-parent. What are you talking about?
Co-parent? You had a parent in the house. What you talking about co-parenting? You just kicked her parent that taught her how. I taught her how to talk. I taught her how to use the pot. I taught her how to walk. And you talking about you had to co-parent with this guy who didn't want to be a parent?
Never said that you couldn't be in her life, but quite frankly, we're not finna be together. I didn't want to be with you.
Oh, man. Did you hear what she told him? He ran down all the things he did for her kid, man. I taught her how to walk. I taught her how to pee. I taught her how to eat. I taught her how to do the stinky leg. And I taught her how to climb up in the chair by herself. I taught her how to do all these things. And you talking about you need to co-parent with him when you got a parent in the house? I'm not saying you can't be in her life. But I ain't finna be with you. Why the fuck would he want to be in her life? Man, y'all got to stop being so soft. Y'all got to stop being so emotional. Y'all got to stop acting like you got to be in a situation. Man, let me tell y'all something right now. If I meet a woman and she has a kid and I'm with her and that kid is benefiting from my presence, when we're done, then the kid doesn't benefit from my presence anymore. Here's what a woman doesn't understand. You can't tell me in the beginning you're a package deal because you got a kid, and then turn around and tell the guy, expect the guy to keep accepting the package deal where he don't benefit from the package deal no more. So she's basically saying, I'm going to be with him, but you can still be in her life since you care about her so much, since you taught her so much. Man, you crazy. Here's the thing. You should have never done it in the first place. The woman will not love you because you care for another man's child. She will love that man if he cares for his child. That's that man's child. I don't care who you are. If you were the woman who has a child with another man and they are and they have a great positive relationship, then that's her desire. She don't want to have that relationship between you and her kid and her. She don't want that because it's not your kid. It doesn't connect the same way. There's a connection between two people and their child. It's a triangular connection. You put yourself in there, this shit don't connect. It's a two-sided triangle. Your side don't line up. And I'm telling you, bro, man, listen, man. You got to look at what's going on here, man. Like Dr. Nova J. Bay said, she can rile up at him now because the cops there and shit. Listen, hey, she taking advantage of it. But I look at it like this, man. If you're having a conversation with a woman, she should be able to say whatever she want to say, as long as she said it in a respectful manner or the manner that you're used to her talking in and she ain't trying to get rowdy with you. Because a lot of times these guys be in basic conversation, they let the woman talk disrespectfully, cuss them out and call them all kind of thing. Dog, I wouldn't even deal with a woman who you profanity while she talking to me, man. I wouldn't. All right, man, let's finish this up.
You want to be with him?
No.
Why his PlayStation end up here?
I'm not going to keep repeating myself.
So he came to pick up Summer.
It's already squared away.
He came to pick up Summer. That's why his PlayStation hooked to the TV.
He came over yesterday to see Summer. Today,
You said he left his PlayStation.
Yes.
And he came to pick her up 12 o'clock in the morning. Really nice.
Now that boy spent the night. Listen, bro. That dude was in there being Mr. as GMB say, being the step dummy. See, this ain't no stepdad. This is a step dummy. You must understand, as a woman, if you ain't done with your damn baby daddy, don't get your ass in a relationship with nobody else. Because I promise you, the thing she doing right now, she gonna pay for it. There's punishment coming her way from that. This is bad, negative energy. This is user energy. Now, yes, a woman will use a man. A man will use a woman. But if you use somebody, that energy comes back to you. It's going to come back to you. And it may come back to you in a fear of being with anyone because you know you got that karma coming. You understand me? I'm telling you what's real right now, man. Eric Halston, appreciate the dime, man. Best interest part hit hard. With someone 10 years, we're talking about moving together. The areas I'm looking at are being disregarded in favor of areas she wants. I make close to 70K. She makes 40, 50K. And that's the thing, bro. You got to be in the position in your own mind, in your own spirit, where it's your way or no way. If that woman want to be with you, she going where the hell you want to go. I've had a situation like that before, man. I had a woman, man, who was just trying to follow me, trying to go where I was going, but she had her own concept and idea where she wanted to go. You got to cut that type of woman off, dog. She got her own agenda. She's using you to help meet her agenda. It's the same thing as putting a woman through school. Bruh, I'm not putting no woman through school. If I meet you and your ass ain't done with school, what we doing? How old are you? If I meet you and you ain't done with school, what are you, 21? 22? How come you ain't done with school? I'm not finna meet no 30-year-old woman to put her ass through school, man. What I look like? If you 30 and you ain't been to school yet, I don't think you gonna stay with it. I don't think you gonna finish. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't think you want to go that bad. And even if you do, I ain't gonna pay for it. That ain't what I do. I'll create a scholarship program, and if you hit a lick with one of them scholarships, so be it. But man, I'm not finna do that, man. It ain't worth it. It's never worth it. It's never worth it to make a financial investment into a woman. It's never worth it. It's never worth it. I mean, never. Eventually, in the long run, it may not be a quick thing, but in the long run, it's going to come back to bite you, dog. It's not worth it. It's not worth it, man. So for me, and even if you made the 50 and she made the 70, if you was in a position to move where you want to go, dog, you go. It don't matter if you've been with her 10 years. Because here's the thing. If you've been with a woman 10 years, she's still trying to do her own thing and she ain't following you, bro, you want to spend another 10 years with a woman like that? Every man deserves, especially, man, if you're a man that's getting it. And let's be honest, 70,000 ain't the, the 6 figures that people say you got to make. But I'm going to be honest with you. In America and anywhere in the world, 70, except maybe Bermuda. A few years ago, I checked, man, well, it was before the pandemic. Average income per capita in Bermuda for black folk was like 96,000. So, except for Bermuda. Everywhere else in the world, 70,000, man, is decent salary. You know what I'm saying? It's a decent salary. So I want you to understand, you don't have to be in a situation where you feel like because you done put in all this time with a woman that you need to stay in it and you need to compromise. Man, if you're in a 10-year relationship and you compromise on important things like that, man, it ain't a relationship. You can't grow in that relationship because every time you trying to go in a direction and you with somebody that has the power in your life to make you reconsider where you want to go, they're slowing you down. Like if you know where you want to go, you should be able to go there as a man. And if your woman don't want to go there, then I mean, shit, man, who is she? What's her value to you? Yeah, listen, man, this dude in the video, man, this boy carrot cakes off, man. Like Ray Shaw said. This boy, listen, he still want to be with the woman. If the woman say, okay, you're right, my baby daddy got to go, he'll still be with her, knowing that dude was in there laid up all night. Knowing he was in there. And let me tell you something else. He didn't forget nothing. He ain't forget nothing. He probably left it on purpose. That boy went back because, man, let me tell you something. Women ain't the only one who have intuition. That boy felt it in his gut that some shit was going on. He felt it in his gut. And you know what he did? He rolled back through. He rolled back through. And the crazy thing is, she don't respect him to the point, man, where he still got his key. He still got his key. Either that or she respects him even less and let him in. But here's the thing. Her letting him in, if she let him in, it ain't even disrespect. And he probably ain't got no key because he say she put him out. So, man, you got to go. Man, that dude, he should have never came back that way. But you know what? When you get tied to another man's kid and that woman moves on, fool, you still tied to that man's kid. So if that man come back in the picture, you still tied to that man's kid. Him and the woman that moved on and you tied to taking care of his kid. Now she got 2 men helping her when one man, the only man, had the thrill of having a kid. If I didn't have the fun to fill the oven with the bun, my financial responsibility is going to be none. If I didn't have the fun to fill the oven with the bun, my financial responsibility for the bread is going to be none. You understand me? Do you understand me? That's real talk, man. I ain't playing that game, big dog. I can't do it. I can't do it, man. Mean business. 9-5. Appreciate the 2 bone like Ron Wills said double back home one day. Let me tell y'all something, man. There's a guy. I got a story on I'm gonna drop for y'all tomorrow, man, on a couple right now, man, a popular couple where there's a guy this woman used to date who, man, listen, bruh. These guys don't know, man. These guys don't know. Either, here's the 2 reasons for a double back. If you double back to the woman, she your woman. If she doubles back to you, you the fall guy. So you see how happy Nelly is? Nelly let Ashanti double back. But Ashanti's at an age right now, who's finna put a baby in her besides Nelly? Like who wanna put a baby in a woman Ashanti age? You gotta go back to that. You gotta go back to that H-Town. Cause now I want that old flame back to make these moments once again comfort. So won't you, do it for us, baby. That's what he want. He want that good loving body rocking, knocking boots all night long. I'm telling you. Making love till we tired to the break of dawn. But oh, come on. That's what he want. He thought he was finna get that. But baby daddy came back and got it. Now he looking busted and disgusted because he put all his money that he was making into that instead of doing something else. Instead of going monk mode. Instead of living in his car. Going to the gym every morning, working out, washing his ass at the gym, going to do what he had to do. Instead of figuring out life, trying to make a move, not tied to no woman. Now he back to ground zero. And not only is he down to ground zero, zero, his energy is gone because he opened himself up to the woman, draining every little bit of energy he had, man. Y'all can't do this, dog. Y'all can't do it, man. You're destroying yourself, young homie. Don't do it. So let's get into this turkey leg hut thing, man. Let's get into this thing. Okay, man, we got the prism of the ism in the joint. What up with you, man? Salute to you. Salute. D. Will, what up, man? I see you in the building, man. Yeah, it's up, man. It's still up. It's still up. All right, let's get back into this thing, man.
A lot of people wondering what is going on with a popular restaurant. A lot of turmoil is being played out in public. Fox 26 business reporter Tom Ziska live in the 3rd Ward outside the Turkey Leg Hut, where a co-founder has been fired, staff laid off, and paychecks are missing. Tom.
Rashi, a lot of moving pieces here. The Turkey Leg Hut made a splash when it was founded in 2015 by husband and wife team Lynn Price and Nakia Holmes. Last year, there were headlines about the couple's separation while they
Lynn Price and Nakia Holmes, she kept her maiden name. Never be with a woman who keeps her maiden name, ever. If I was going to marry a woman legally, bro, I wouldn't even let a woman hyphenate. If she want to hyphenate her name, you just keep that name, baby. I keep my name. My name is much more valuable than that name. If you want to keep that name, you keep that name by itself. Find some other sucker who going to let you tag his name on the back. You can't tag my name on the back. So when you think about it, man, I want you to hear about this. Listen to what he said. Paychecks missing, a bunch of things going on. Let's get into it.
continued to operate the business together until yesterday. From its home on Alameda Road, the Turkey Leg Hut lunch crowd is not the long wait that the popular restaurant can be known for. But as diners enjoy a nice day on the patio, all is not well at the restaurant. Co-founder Lynn Price posted on Instagram a now deleted copy of an email from a management consultant that gave him his walking papers from the company, reading, "Your employment with the Turkey Leg Hut is being terminated effective immediately," it reads.
Man, listen. That boy got the message from a management company. And I'm gonna be honest with you, man. You know, it's crazy, man. Because Lynn does still have his garage too, man. But I want y'all to understand, dog, that when you're in this position, like, you cannot be the reason that the business fails. You understand? Like, let me tell you something, man. If you get into the money, a woman would deal with a lot of things if you get into the money. So, like, a man who get into the money, he can, man, listen, his woman ain't gonna leave, man, if he dibble and dabble, man, and have him have him a little something else, have him a little something to play with. Or she may be open to, rather than him be gone, she may be more open to the idea of having a sister wife or whatever. But when it gets to the point where you become a financial detriment, there's nothing like being a financial detriment to a woman. You know what I'm saying? Unless a woman really, really loves your dirty draws, bro, you cannot be a financial detriment in her life. If you are, then it's always going to go downhill. And so no matter how much money you ball with or you spend, you got to make sure that you keep things afloat, and you got to make sure that you're able to put a mindset on something that can keep the business afloat. Because if it fails on your watch and you're the man in the situation, it's always going to be on you, especially when you have the type of power in the business that Lynn had.
Laid off employees back to work by later in the summer. Meantime, the drama continues here behind me. We were informed this afternoon that Lynn Price, the co-founder, was served divorce papers right behind me and escorted off the premises by a deputy. In Third Ward tonight, I'm Tom Ziska, Fox 26 News.
Man, listen, bro. Let me tell you something. When a woman's fed up, no matter how you beg her, no, it ain't nothing you can do about it. I'm telling you, man, ain't nothing you can do about it. It's like running out of love. And it's too late to talk about it. Let me tell you something, man. When it gets to this point where the woman serves you up with a divorce, I'm telling you, bro, don't be surprised to find out that this guy it was set up for him to be the fall guy. Because here's the thing, man. There's no way for him to reverse this concept, this outlook, the dialogue that's going to follow him being fired and divorced and escorted from the premises. It automatically makes him look like he's the problem. And maybe he is. Because I will say this, to be a legitimate business owner, that boy got too many cars in the yard. He got too much shit that look like rapper stuff. He got too much stuff that look like D-boy stuff. So he's taking a legitimate business and making himself look like a street guy, which is never smart. The whole purpose, man, every person I've ever known who was in the streets, they changed up their whole shit when they got out of the streets. They were still riding nice whips, but didn't nothing have no wheels on it. Everything was factory. You know what I'm saying? It's like guys right now. You look at young guys right now, man. They'll buy a Bentley, man, and make it matte black instead of just driving it. You know what I'm saying? It's a very expensive car, but you want to hood it out because you plan on taking it to the hood. That's not the mindset. That's always going to cause some problem because the especially when it comes to things like with the pandemic and all that. I'm gonna tell you where things faltered. Things faltered during the pandemic. See, here's what a lot of people do. You got all these cars, but all you have to do is maybe put a turkey leg plate on, not a plate, but a magnetic sign on it. And if you're riding around with a turkey leg hut, magnetic sign on both sides, it's a business expense. So you got the business paying for these cars, but not paying cash. You got the business paying notes on all these cars. You understand? So whether it's a lease or whatever it is, you got these cars, you got the company paying for all these cars. You thinking the company ain't gonna never falter. But then the pandemic hit. Whole bunch of people thought shit wasn't gonna ever change. We weren't expecting nothing like the pandemic. Pandemic hit, they had to shut the doors on the business for a long time. You know what happens then? Those bills start coming. And you know what a businessman or a businesswoman who thinks about their home first? They think about we got to keep the home front looking good instead of thinking about we got to keep the business looking good. So employees start not getting paid on time. Like they said, the bills get behind, the light bill, the rent, the water bill, all the bills get behind. Why? Because when the money comes in, you get the PPP loan. Okay, you get that? Instead of putting it in your business to pay the people, you put that shit into your home because you don't want those cars to be going back. You don't want any of that. So instead of letting those cars go back and dealing with that on the back end, maybe with a Chapter 11 or something like that, you would rather keep the cars and take that PPP money and give it to the cars so you can keep the front up instead of paying the people and keeping the business up. Now, I'm not saying that's expressly what happened in this scenario, but put a one in the chat if that shit sounds logical to you. Put a one in the chat if that sounds logical to you. If that made any sense to you, throw a one in the chat for me right quick, man, if that made any sense to you. If it sounds like that's what could have happened in this situation. And in that situation, both parties are privy to it. You can't tell me she's the majority owner and don't know what's going on with the money. She the one who just said we found some discrepancies. So she don't know nothing that's going on with the money. She don't know the employees ain't being paid. They not complaining to her. He telling employees, shh, don't say nothing to Nakia. You call me every time you want to know where your paycheck at. Don't you dare call her. This ain't got nothing to do with her. She the majority owner. She don't know? Yeah, she know. She know where the money going. But as a majority owner, guess what? I get as a majority shareholder, majority owner, I get to fire you, send you on out the door. And then I divorce you too to make it look like, oh, I found something in these paperwork. I'm mad about it too. I'm mad because you know what she wasn't doing? She wasn't on YouTube. She wasn't showing up at Rick Ross car show with all them damn cars. She wasn't doing that. It was you, big dog. Trying to live that life and be that social media superstar is what just got you fucked up. Somebody should have told you. Somebody should have talked to you. Now it's too late. You look like the culprit here. Because I ain't never seen her driving. The only thing I know about her cars is the one you showed in the video. I ain't never seen her on nobody's YouTube page. I ain't never seen her at Rick Ross car show. I ain't never seen none of that. So it looks like you have misappropriated funds, my brother. That's what it looked like. Not because I say it, because you did it. So I want y'all to understand this, man. When you are in a position of power, you must take that seriously. You must take it seriously. You understand? This should have been your baby, just like it was her. Dog, you founded this business. It's a Houston staple. Like it's one of the most. It's Houston version of Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles, dog. Whenever I'm in LA, man, I go to Roscoe's. Believe it, I'm telling you, whenever I'm there, I go to Roscoe's, man. I might not get nothing but a waffle and some greens, but I go to Roscoe's. Cause I ain't gonna eat nobody fried chicken. I don't mess with that. I ain't no fried chicken now. But I'll go right in there, man. And You know, when I'm in Miami, I go to Smith and Skalinsky. I go there. Every time I'm there, I'm going there at least once. So you have these places, dog. You had one of those places, and you just pissed it away like that, trying to be a baller. Want to be a baller, shot caller, 20-inch blades on the Impala, caller, get laid tonight. Switch the road tight, got sprayed with ice. I hit the highway, making money the flyway. But it's got to be a better way, yeah. That song right there is what Lynn Price was trying to live. And it came back to bite him. Now, I know y'all thought I was going to come in here and tear the woman down and talk all crazy about the woman. Man, let me tell you something. She just being a woman. Once a woman is scorned, she wants revenge. She wants to show you that you should have never did these things. And here's the thing. As a man, and Lynn wasn't no pushover. If you hear Lynn talking, you see Lynn energy, man, Lynn ain't no pushover. So it ain't like the woman one fit to stand up to him and try to fight him on then. You know what I'm saying? Like she probably had to bow down and watch him do this shit. And then she just got to the point where she was fed up. So when I say she was complicit to it, she didn't have to bow down and watch it. She probably did, though. She ain't have to. She doing something about it right now. So I'm just saying to y'all, man, y'all got to understand, man, that I would never go into business with my woman, bro. Ever. You know what I'm saying? And I've had opportunities, man. I've had women, man, these boss chicks, educated women, man. Listen, man, that's pretty much all I've had. You know what I'm saying? Just throughout my adult life, that's pretty much all I've had, man. Like there's just something about me and, the multiple degree woman, man, with all the credentials and, the one who can get money anywhere in the country, anywhere in the world even. That's just always been who I attract, man. That's who I attract. That's who I've been attracted to because that's who been attracted to me. So, I've had opportunities, man. I turn them down every time. Every time. I turn them down every time. And I'm going to be honest with you. On some real talk, every time I turn them down, the business did not make it. You understand? The business did not make it. Because my thing is, for me, I'm not finna get in no situation in business where I'm compromising with my woman on my business. If I got to compromise with you on a business, you have that business. That's your business. I don't want to do it. You know what I'm saying? I already know our mindsets and outlooks on the business is going to be different. I'm a man, you're a woman, I'm me, you're you. Your outlook is going to be different. And if we're in a situation where we got to agree on everything for it to happen, it ain't going to happen. It ain't going to happen. Now, I'm not absolving her from her responsibility because she is the majority owner. So I promise you that his hand wasn't in the cookie jar by itself. Let's just put it like that. His hand wasn't in the cookie jar by itself. So let's just see. And then he did the Oyster Hut thing, man, right across the street, man. I mean, the thing is, man, here's the thing. If you run a bad business and you open a new business, it's going to be a bad business too. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be a bad business too, man. And I just want you to understand that this is what happens. This is what happens when you don't understand the assignment. You have a legitimate business. It don't matter what you did in the streets. When you wash the money, you wash the lifestyle too. I say again, when you wash the money, you wash the lifestyle. You can't clean the money, but keep the dirty lifestyle. You can't be looking like you riding dirty when you riding clean. Because you know what? Riding dirty is an image that you have to upkeep. If you the birdie man, you got to keep looking like the birdie man. If you the plug, you got to keep looking like the plug. If you're a legitimate businessman, you can look just like other legitimate businessmen. Get you something nice. Get your wife something nice. A couple of vehicles for the company. A big truck for the company. And maybe something, a little car for the company. When you got to take a long trip, you just have those stickers on the side or get it wrapped. But all that shit in the yard, that's the downfall of the turkey leg hut. All those cars in the yard. That ball of life. I'm telling you, brothers, that's what it is. Because you got to think about this, man. If you got a business that's doing, let's say you got a business that's doing, let's do a round figure here. Let's say you got a business that's doing $400,000 a month. The pandemic shut down for months. Almost a year. The pandemic shut down for months, dog. And I want you to think about the type of hit your business takes if you ain't been managing that money well. If you got a business that's doing $5 million a year, and suddenly for a whole year you don't do nothing, bro, that's enough to sink you, because you got to change your personal lifestyle too. Man, I'd have been selling all kind of shit. Everything in the yard would have got sold. Because if you're going to live the plug life, what the plug do when he get jammed up? Sell everything. Everything is for sale. Everything must go. You want that car over there? Give me 30 band. You want that car right here? Give me 26. You want that truck over there? Give me 50 band. You ain't got 50? Give me 42.5. Give me 42.5. Man, everything got to go. So let's get back into this thing, man. So the thing is, let me get a little sip of water here, man. My bad. So the thing is, man, you got to know what you're doing in life. And you got to think about shit long term. You can't look at now. You got to think about now. And you got to think about, what can I do now to start the process of being in a better situation 5 years from now? Like, what can I do now to start that? Don't go too fast. I tell you, man, like this. If you got some debt right now, man, get you a plan. Get you a 2-year plan. Don't try to, it don't matter how much money you make. If you feel like you make enough money to knock it out in 2 months, don't do it in 2 months. Pay it down over time. We're talking about credit now. If you got debts like that, that's your credit. It looks better if you pay it down over time consistently with an amount that's much more than the minimum payment. So let's say if you got 12,000, let's break it down by the month. If you got $12,000 worth of debt that you need to pay off, first off, you give a call. Well, we ain't gonna get too far into it, but I would break it down over a year. And instead of trying to pay, even if you make, let's say, $20,000 a month, I'm not gonna give $6,000 to that 1 month and give $6,000 to it another month. I'm gonna break it down over a year, and I'm gonna give $1,000 to it every month. And then on that 12th month, I'm gonna pay the last payment. It's gonna be a little bit more. I'm gonna pay it off and the interest that accrued. Then you got that whole debt out of the way. But you look consistent as a payment history. You have a consistent payment history where it looks like, oh, okay, well, because anybody can get a lump sum and pay a bunch of shit off. That's what everybody do when they get a lump sum. But it looks better when you pay it off the same amount, like clockwork, same amount, same day, same time if possible, every single month for 12 months. Boy, that looked like a hell of a payment. Here's people looking at him like, let me tell you something. I don't know what else he's going to do, but it makes it look like you pay your bills first. You know, that's what it makes it look like. It makes it look like you pay your bills first. Because, boy, let me tell you something, man. Boy, y'all got to understand, man, there's keys to this. But you can make so much money that you think you'll never fall off. Nobody is safe. Nobody is safe. There are billionaires who are 100,000aires in the course of a year. You worth 1.9 billion. Look at Kanye. Kanye worth $6 billion. All of a sudden, within a year's span, Kanye went down to 400-500 million. He's still rich, but that's a long way from 6 billion. That's a hell of a fall off. So you can't be focused on the money, because the money will sink you, man. The money will sink you. All right, let's get into the next one, man. So keeping in line with this whole, when a woman's fed up, let's look at a case of when a man's fed up. Here's a man. He's about to marry a woman. He decides, for the benefit of his life, I tell you, men, all the time, don't dedicate yourself to a woman's expectation. He got to that altar, man, and he decided, you know what, baby girl? I can't do this. I can't marry you. I don't want to marry you. I don't want to be your husband. I don't want you to be my wife. At the altar. You know how difficult that is? I had a partner call me once, man. His old lady put pressure on the married man, took him to Hawaii, had that shit already set up. Nigga called me to talk him out of it. I knew why he called. Man, I ain't talking about it. I ain't never had no plan on talking about it. Well, I'm going to talk you out of something, dog. You a grown man. If I got to talk you out of something, nah, bro. That's on you, man. That's on you. If you need to be talked out of it, maybe you should do it. Of course, ended up divorced, man, within a couple of years. But let's get to this. Now, somebody may say, man, that's messed up, but it's really not, man. Now, you know what? It may be, because he knew before he got up there that he didn't want to do that. So he could have stopped that shit way before the end. I will say that. He didn't just get up there and suddenly, ding, I don't want to do this. He already knew he didn't want to do it, man. So it's really jacked up for him to wait for the woman to get up there to the altar like that, man, and put her out there like that. That's pretty jacked up, man. You know what I'm saying? That woman gonna have trust issues forever. But so yes, he could have done better. But he also did her a solid. Because if you don't want to be with somebody and you end up being with them, you're gonna be miserable and you're gonna make them miserable. A miserable person can't bring anyone joy. Only a joyous person can bring joy because that's all they have. A miserable person only has misery. So he did the right thing by, letting her down easy right then, man. But he did the wrong thing by waiting so long. But it's better for him to do it then than to be married to that woman and then, take her down through there, or to marry that woman and then realize that we're going to be divorced at some point because I don't want her. And then you got to go through that divorce process. So, it's he should have done it before then, man. You know what I'm saying? But it's better than the alternative going through with the marriage. You know what I'm saying? Like, to get there and say, I do, and let that man say, by the powers invested in me, I now pronounce you husband and wife. You either going to have to get a quick annulment, or, you was going to end up being together in a situation with a woman that you didn't want to be in. And I'm going to be honest with you. That's jacked up. As a man, you got to be honest with a woman about what her purpose is in your life. You got to be honest with her about it. It don't matter what nobody tell you. People can tell you to lie to the woman and do all of that, man. Man, don't do that. Those guys have no soul. They have no spirit. They have no connection to the Most High. Don't do that. Don't tell a woman to lie, man, just to, get in her pants or to be in a relationship with her, and then you take her down through there. You intentionally get a woman caught up with you emotionally, and then you decide, then all along, man, it's just weak. It's weak. Like, it's weak, man. It's some sucker stuff. You know what I'm saying? Some real live sucker stuff. And as men, man, we got to start staying away from that sucker life, dog. We got to you got to stand on principles as a man. You got to accept the fact that I'm going to do what's best for me. And if the woman don't like it, she can go. But I'm going to give her the opportunity to go. You understand? And you can't waver, though. If you tell a woman, hey, little baby girl, I can't deal with this, and then you get down the line and she does it, she got to know that it's a wrap. But you got to remind her. You remember I told you this wasn't going to work, right? All right, so we can be cool, but whatever this is, we ain't building that no more. This is the stopping point. It won't go no higher than this. Like, this is where we are. And that's just the bottom line. This is where we are. It ain't gonna grow no further than this. I want y'all to keep that in mind, man. So, I don't know, man. You got to think as a man, like, what would make you go that far into a situation you don't want to be in? MPI, appreciate Two-Bone. Now the next man got to pay for his mistake. Yeah, man. She gonna need some counseling, bro. She gonna need some counseling. Delrico Bullard, appreciate the dime, man. Appreciate the dime. Yeah, man, that's some beta male simp mangina life right there, man. It really is, man. It's not real. It's not something that a man should be willing to do, man. All right, so let's get back into this thing, man. So the next clip we're gonna see is something I think supports the whole soft guy era. Because I believe a man only fails if he follows his woman. If you're a man and you're successful and you're living the life and you're moving and grooving and you're doing your thing, most men don't fail until they enter into a relationship. Like, if you're a successful man, you don't fail until you enter into a relationship. You just don't. You just don't. And I think it's detrimental. Like, the more successful you are, the more detrimental it is for you to enter into a relationship, especially because you may enter it with the wrong woman. It's harder to tell who the right woman is. So let's get back into this, man.
See how much they can get out your ass. And
Just like a nigga.
And sometimes, just like a nigga.
Just like a nigga.
So
y'all means y'all babies out here.
No. We're made what?
That means y'all minds is like babies out here. Y'all
Okay,
kids
well,
out here.
you know what? If that's what you say, that's fine. But let's go to the beginning of time. All this shit was fine and dandy till y'all came. Oh, you don't know the story?
So before
No, listen. I done told you this before. Let me just get this out. Everything was fine and dandy if you're spiritual, right? Everything was fine and dandy till y'all came. 1. 2, y'all always want to call us dogs. right? Nigga, a dog is the most loyalist animal, nigga, on this goddamn planet if you treat that nigga right. So that's a dumbass analogy right there. Now, guess what? Are there some real fucked up ass niggas out here? Hell yeah. But you know what? If you really want to look at it, bitches will do shit to niggas. Like, me and you could be in love, and if you're hurt, you will take it to limits that I won't. As a man, I won't do certain shit. Y'all motherfuckers fucked up. Like, how many niggas you know call the police on a bitch? The bitch could beat him up. The bitch could flatten his tires. The bitch could fucking throw bricks through his goddamn window. All type of shit. Fuck up the nigga all type of money. How many niggas you know will pick up the phone and dial 911 and call the police and get his baby mama or his girlfriend arrested? Oh, now let's put the shoe on the other foot since you talking about niggas think like babies. You could love that nigga, right? That nigga could be taking care of your kids and everything. But if you feel played in some type of way, in that split second, you will fuck up that man's life. Because guess what? He gonna go to jail. Then now it takes money to get him out. And Lord, let's hope his goddamn attendance is up at work. Because Lord forbid he miss one more day, he losing that $22 an hour job. And that's what your ass just caused because you in your feelings. So really and truly, get your shit right. Because when you come to talk to me about the sexist, and I'm not even saying this because I'm a man. This is just proven facts. Y'all don't think logically. Y'all are emotional creatures. You let your feelings make decisions for you. And your feelings will steer you fucking wrong, nigga. Guess what? If you was the president, right? Let me show you why it's gonna be hard for a woman president. Like that day when Fatty left that meat out there, you was happy before that. The minute you saw that shit, your whole mood changed. And I ain't have nothing to do with that. But you was like, fuck me too. So guess what? The minute you feel some type of way, fuck Kim Jong-un, nigga. Let's bomb their ass. Because you're emotional. So don't sit here and talk about men and women. It's the niggas you fucking attract. What you really need to realize, this world is energy. It's vibes. It's waves. Nigga, the people that come into your life is the motherfuckers you attract into your life. And that's why I tell you, you need to change your motherfucking thought process. Look at the shit you watch on TV. Do you watch anybody having no positive relationships and shit like that? No, you watch a bunch of drama on fucking TV. Nigga, you're bringing that shit into your life. That's what comes into your life. The eyes are the window to the soul. The ears are the window to the soul. Look at the shit you constantly watch. Look at the shit you constantly listen to. And guess what? You can't say that ain't the type of niggas that you get in your life. The same type of shit you watch on TV. Oh, they trifling in the hands. That's the niggas you get.
Okay, now take your ass to bed. Nigga, why is you looking like that?
Because, nigga, what you got to say?
I don't have no rebuttal for you.
I want a rebuttal.
I don't have a rebuttal.
Yeah, you can't.
So what?
See how much they can get.
Look, man, shut her all the way down. And you know what happens? You have to understand that everything this guy said was the absolute truth. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. Sound like he didn't have something in his ears. But here's the thing. Don't let nobody shame you because you get some information that's valid and valuable and you apply it to your life. Don't let nobody shame you because of that. Because the bottom line is, the moment you let somebody shame you about the information that you receive that you know is valid and valuable, then you start to just shun truth. Truth is truth. The bottom line, truth is truth. Now, I will say this to you. That is why you have to have a standard about the type of woman you're going to deal with. Man, let me tell you something, brothers. I could be with a woman could be with me for 20 years. The moment she decides she wants to become active like that on social media, we're done. We're done. We are done. I'm not dealing with no woman who want to have talk about no fucking relationship content. I'm not dealing with none of that. I just ain't gonna deal with it. You understand? If a woman is influenced outside of learning how to do shit around the house or learning new ways of cleaning or learning about this new vacuum cleaner and all that, if it don't apply, if it doesn't benefit her service in my life, I don't give a damn who she is. She get caught up in that social media validation, that social media drive, dog. I'm done. That don't fit into my life. It don't fit into my life because what it does, it confuses a woman even more about her responsibility in your life. And so all he did was shut her down and let her know off top. This is that soft guy era shit. Let me tell y'all something, man, about the soft guy era. I'm not going to even play about, okay, I'm going to think like a woman. Man, shit ain't no joke. It ain't funny. It ain't nothing to be jovial about. It ain't nothing to be joking about. And it sure ain't nothing to be making no memes about. It's sad that guys think it's a joke to think like a woman, to act like a woman. They think it's a joke. They think it's something to be joked about. So when I hear a man talk to a woman this way, all he doing is keeping it a buck. He ain't doing nothing else. He's just keeping it a buck. Because what y'all have to understand is if you don't stand on principle, then you're going to fall for some shit that's going to make you invincible. My goal is to be invincible. Man, my manhood and masculinity going to be invincible. My alpha energy going to be invincible. You understand? I'm going to stand on the P principle so my manhood and masculinity can be invincible. That's what I'm going to do when it comes to dealing with women. That's the only way. So the next clip, man, I want to show y'all, man, is a crazy clip where this woman just dropped her kids off to her dad. Now, she's a grown woman in her 30s, 40s. So her dad in his 50s, 60s at least. She done dropped her kids off to him and then go to court and say she don't supposed to pay him then for her kid. Dog, she get food. This woman make, I think, something crazy like 70-some thousand a year or something like that. I can't remember the amount. And she get food stamps. And she don't give her dad nothing for taking care of her kids. Man, let's peep game.
Who lives in your house besides you that need the food? Because your kid's over here with your dad. You don't give him any money from those food stamps? No. Salary $84,000. That brings your gross to $7,000. Your net to $5,508.87, which will make your child support obligation $1,377. I can't pay that every month. You were not making those faces when you were out in those streets. I am not trying to hear it. I've heard enough, and you are in the wrong. She received food stamps, so I'm assuming there's some Medicaid or something these kids are getting.
Yes, ma'am.
What I'm going to do is do 9% of that $7,000 for your reimbursement to Medicaid. That comes out to $496. So $1,377 plus the $496 reimbursement to Medicaid, that make your total monthly child support obligation $1,873. I don't even know men that pay that much money every month. So why I gotta pay that every month? Too many women that just take their kids and go drop them off at their parents' house, and they have a whole man staying in the house with them. Mm-hmm. It's my dad. Y'all ever like I drop them off with anybody? These are your kids. Is there anything further, ma'am? No, I guess I need to go make some money in these streets. That is your business. As long as these streets pay Pawpaw $1,873 a month in child support. Well, if there's nothing further, you all are dismissed.
Now, you know, when I got this clip, man, I was in the comments and people saying, man, ain't no way no judge gonna talk to her like that. Man, let me tell you something. My brother went to court once, man. He was in court with a judge called Judge Pearson in Beham. I almost had this in. And I'm gonna be honest with you, man. He had an intense hatred for D-boys. Intense hatred. And that what I was finna go see him for. But you know, my lawyer Cole, he kept pushing it back. End of the year, they moved Judge Pearson from the bench because they called him, the news called him sleep at the bench. During the middle of court, he up there knocked out, snoring. Then about September, they made him retire. My lawyer kept getting pushed back. Had already been like 3 years. He kept getting pushed back, and we pushed it into his homie courtroom next door. Bam! I was able to skate. Had to pay a pretty sizable fine, but I was able to skate on that. But what Pearson would do, he'd do crazy things like he'd call you up to the front of the courtroom. Literally, this is what he would do. He'd call you up to the middle of the courtroom, have a handful of coins, and throw them at you and tell you whatever you catch. That's how much time you get. Or get a deck of cards and have you pull the deck of cards, and that's how much time you get. So depending on what city you in, You got to think about, and this was years ago. I mean, Birmingham has come up a lot since then. The actual, the outskirts have, you know what I mean. But depending on what town you in, you got to think about in a country backwood town, the sheriff and the deputy, they country backwood too. So you think about it, and man, if you pull and one guy, I remember this, man, guy pulled the ace. He said, I got 1 year. He said, nah, ace is 11. Gave that boy 11 years. As long as man, you could do whatever you want to do in the courtroom as a judge, as long as the people around you are okay with it. So when you see this type of situation, you ask yourself, why would this woman believe that she can drop her kids off to her dad? You know why? Because her dad has attachment to those kids. Man, if I was her dad, I wouldn't even open the door. I wouldn't even open the door. I did my time in the saddle with you. You done turned out like this. Don't you bring them kids over here. Don't do it. Don't bring them to me. Don't do it. I'd rather help you financially with your kids than for you to bring them over here to me and I got to be responsible for them every day. At his age, an older man, it may be different if it was like her brother. But you know, don't drop him off to your brother either. But you're going to drop him off to your dad, and your dad, an older man like that. Now, granted, I get it. If you have no man in the house, you got to figure out a way for their granddad to be in their lives. But not like this. And then she got a man at the crib with her. This woman literally met a man. He said, I don't like kids. She took her kids and dropped them off. But look at her. She's a desperate looking woman. She has a look of desperation on her. She ain't got no options. She ain't got many options. The woman make $84,000 a year, man, and she ain't got no options. She got to be willing to do whatever a man tell her to do for him to stick around. And guess what? What kind of man moves in with a woman? A broke man. So she make $84,000 a year. Like I told y'all earlier, she make $84,000 a year. Only man she can get is a man that she gonna take care of. Because a man who getting paper, that man has standards for the most part. If he ain't got no standard at all, he has a physical beauty standard. If he don't have no physical beauty standard, he has a attitude standard. But most men who getting paper have a physical beauty standard. You know what I'm saying? They have a certain thing they looking for physically, and if you ain't got it, you know, it's a wrap. You know what I'm saying? And I just feel like, man, for her to say, now, if she had been in court with a man and the judge had called the same thing out, he make $84,000, he got to pay $1,377, she'd have been, ha! She'd have hit him with the Jane Brown, coming people, tank to my dog, hand to mine, Vivia, Siriu. She'd have hit him with the Jane Brown. I told you, you're going to have to pay. But now she don't even want to pay for her own kids. And that's why you hear guys talk about how bad the child support system is. You got to look at a situation like this. A woman don't want to pay for her own kid, but she want a regular man through the coals for everything she can get. You understand? So let's get into this next clip, man. The next clip, we're going to talk about this. It's going to be a quick one. We're going to talk about this table debate. You're going to hear this whole table thing. And then we're going to talk about what the table is, man. We're going to break the table. We're going to break the table down one last time, and we're never going to talk about the table and who's the table and who need to bring what to the table. We're going to break it down in a real alpha kind of way, man. Let's get into it.
Saying pay bills or pay all the bills?
Pay bills. Pay bills. They be like, no thanks.
I don't think a lot of women are qualified for a man to pay their bills. Like, y'all don't bring enough to the table for us to pay our bills.
Oh, Lord.
They rather say I am the table than rather say than what they bring to that table.
I miss when men used to protect, provide, and shut up. Protect, provide, and shut up. Nowadays, it's
and we miss when women used to be feminine, fit, and friendly.
Whoa. That last part, shut up.
Protect, provide, and shut up.
But then y'all say we run.
Now, let me tell y'all something, man. There was a time when a man did protect, provide, and shut up. Why? Because he ain't never had to say nothing. His wife knew what to do. She knew what the assignment was. So when you hear a woman, I want y'all to think about something that's illogical. And this shouldn't have got that dude riled up for him to respond. She said, I miss the time when men would protect, provide, and shut up. Her ass wasn't even around during that time. She don't know what she talking about. How you gonna miss something you never experienced? That girl young, man, she ain't never experienced that. So when you hear women talk, they always talk about shit they think. They always, and they throw, like, man, I had a woman throw an FBI statistic at me. I like, what? What? Is that who we're gonna listen to when we're talking about what goes on with black folks? That's who we gonna listen to. Have we reduced ourselves to quoting stats? Man, a woman will quote stats from anywhere. And that's the very reason I don't discuss shit like this with no woman. I tell a woman in a minute, man, a woman coming to my life, she already know who I am. I tell her in a minute, we can discuss anything you want to, but we're not gonna discuss shit I said, no content. She got one time to bring some shit I said to me in some content, then that's going to limit her growth potential with me. I ain't going to necessarily cut her off. Not that one time. I mean, if she's got everything else in line, I wouldn't cut her off for that, but that's it. That's her cap. Her cap is that point right there. For one thing, because of the obedience, because of disobedience, because of the lack of shut upness, because of the fact that you're so invested in what I say. That it's not going to work, bruh. It's just not going to work. So I say to y'all, let's talk about what the table is. Only a man has the table. The table is your life. So when a man says, what do you bring to the table? He's saying, what do you bring to my life? And if all you bringing is your body, unless you've been charging every other man you ever been with in your life, then I understand it's a transactional relationship. You don't get to come to me and feel like I'm supposed to give you anything because of your body. It's not a very valuable body. If other men have been able to experience it, the more men who have experienced it, the less value it has. So the higher your body count is, the less value you have. That's just the reality of it. Yes, you can do whatever you want to do. You may have value in society. You may be the best doctor ever. You may be the best nurse ever. You may be the best teacher in the whole school district. Hey, you may win all kind of awards. You may be the best singer. You may be the best actress. You may be the best whatever it is. But you're the worst wife. And so when you hear a woman say she misses when men used to provide and protect, well, women were wives then. A wife deserves provision and protection. These women want you to meet them and pay their bills. And the problem is too many guys are doing it. So what does she bring to your table? See, this is my life. If I add you to my life, I ain't bringing a foreign object into my life. What's going to be the benefit for me of that foreign object coming into my life? The foreign object can disrupt your life. So if you invite a foreign object into your life, that foreign object must be benefiting your life, because there's two kinds of women in the world. There's a woman who benefits your life and there's a woman who takes from it. Either woman's going to be a benefit and or a detriment. It's the same thing with a man. A man is either going to be a benefit or a detriment to a woman's life. Everybody is. Like every interaction possibly. Like when I come on and do this content, man, I'm either going to be a benefit or a detriment to your life. Everything, every human interaction is either detrimental or beneficial, period. And when you're talking about a man, but you don't let anybody into your life more intimately than you do a woman. So you may have your partners, your homies, but they got their own life. You let a woman into your life, she becomes a part of your table. Listen, bro, I ain't talking about a piece of fruit on the table. She becomes one of the legs on the table. Like she's in there. That's how tight you let a woman into your life. And she has to be benefiting your life in some way. And I'm not talking about cooking and cleaning, brothers. I'm not talking about that. You understand? And if you don't know how to cook, I'm editing some content right now, man, where I prepare some meals for you, man, give you the ingredients, tell you how much ingredients I'm putting in and all of that, man. If you don't know how to cook for yourself, man, I'm going to put you in the game. You understand what I'm saying? I'm going to put you in the game because I hate for a man to let a woman into his table and, you know, all she can do is cook. All she can do is clean. Man, your life is more valuable than a damn chef and a cleaner and a maid. You understand? If you build a life you want, man, you can outsource that. A woman has to bring something to your life that you can't outsource. And you know what that is? Positive, feminine energy, shut upness, and obedience. She has to bring those things to your life because everything else you can outsource. I'll never value a woman who can only bring things to my life that I can outsource because I would rather outsource them. You know, you can outsource them to an attractive woman and then, you know, throw that in. And also she come through, you got your shit together, man, and she come through, man, and you both have an amazing time together while she coming through doing her job. Why not? It works out that way. Believe me when I tell you, it works out that way if you want it to work out that way. So what I'm saying is, man, don't ever do that. This whole table thing, I don't care nothing about no table or who's the table or nothing. I've been building the table my whole damn existence. You don't get to come tell me what the table is. I've been building this table my whole existence. to hold all the things I want to put on it. You dig? So this clip has been making the rounds, man. This next clip, this chick has said that jailbirds are winning because she was in a live and there were 4 guys in the feds and there was a 1,000 women or more in there going crazy over what those guys were saying. Let's get into this, man.
Dudes that's on the streets, y'all gotta step y'all game up. Y'all are losing to these dudes that's in the damn prison system, okay? I was on TikTok last night and I ran across a live. It was like 4 dudes that was in the feds. So I just tapped in to be nosy to see what they were talking about. Do y'all know it was thousands of girls on there, like being so fucking thirsty, asking these locked up dudes, oh, what's your JPay? I want to send you some money. I want to come see you. I want to be your pen pal.
Now, how are we losing to women who are on a live being desperate with men they don't even have access to? We ain't losing nothing. The best thing that could ever happen to us is for her to come online and share this, because it shows you some of the things I always tell you, that most of the women you meet aren't worth a man like you. They don't deserve it, because they will settle for a man who's in prison and set him up so he'll have somewhere to come to when he get home. Any woman who's set up to be that type of woman doesn't deserve a man who can elevate her. She doesn't want that. She doesn't want it. She doesn't deserve it because she doesn't want it. She doesn't want that in her life. And it's cool. It's no problem for a woman not to want that in her life. We're okay with it. She's okay with it. I mean, it don't matter to us. So you're not losing anything. You don't have to step up no game. If a woman looks at a man who's behind bars doing fed time and says he's a better option for me, then that shows you the level of her delusion and confusion. It don't have nothing to do with us.
Like, has the dating pool become that fucking bad that we gotta reach out to niggas that's locked up for love? And these niggas is winning. Like, they taking all the bitches, the bad ones too. Like, y'all dudes on the streets gotta step y'all game up. Y'all are losing terribly.
Wait, where they taking them to? Where's a man that's in the feds gonna take a woman to? Taking her where? Where's she going? She going on a visit to the feds? He ain't taking her nowhere. Who cares? Who cares? Man, let me tell y'all something that this represents. It represents that social media has put a woman into a world that isn't real. She lives in the metaverse. So she believes that she can have a real relationship with a man who's in the feds. Now, granted, if you're a free man out here, she wants you to pay for shit. She wants you to pay her bills. She wants you to do this. She wants you to do that. But a guy who's in prison, she'll offer to send him money. So what I'm telling you is this game that they playing out here about you got to pay this, you got to pay that. Man, I ain't paying shit. A woman better not ask me to pay nothing. I'm not paying no woman bills. I pay my bills. The only way you get your bills paid if you the type of woman that can earn access into my life. Then when I pay my bills, they'll be your bills if you make it to that level. If you don't, man, I'm not finna pay nobody bills. I don't care. Ain't no woman on the planet that didn't birth me or I birth who can give me I'm not paying no bills. Now, am I saying I've never done anything for a woman? No, I'm not saying that. But it was by choice. It was something that I felt like, okay, you know what? You know, I mean, she been doing she been holding the role for a minute now. So I do something nice for a woman. There's nothing wrong with doing something nice for a woman. But there ain't no woman finna be my fucking financial responsibility. No woman is finna be my financial responsibility.
To some niggas in the penitentiary. What? That's wild. And don't be mad at me. I'm just saying. I guess they loving the jail talk right now. I don't know. It's working. Whatever they saying and whatever they doing, it's working. Every other female I know is dealing with some dude in prison. I don't know. But it speaks volumes about y'all dudes on the streets.
First of all, man, if she got a big old tattoo on her chest, everybody she knows probably got a big old tattoo on their chest as well. Man, we men, dog. We ain't got time for that. We ain't got time for that. How we losing to a man that can't, the man can't even get up and go take a dump when he wants. Well, he can. He got the little dump in himself. The man can't even walk around when he want to. You understand? Listen, man, the man can't even go to the movies. The man can't do nothing. The man can't even Netflix and chill with the bro. How are we losing to men who the woman don't have access to? It don't even make sense, bro. I'm telling you, man. Listen, this is the crazy world we live in, man. Hold up, man. I'm trying to see what's going on, buddy. And I'm going down like a mug. I don't know what's going on right here, right now, man. Hold up. Let me check something out. We got something crazy going on right here, right now, man. I don't like this too much. Y'all hold on, man. Let me check something out right quick. We're looking crazy over here right now. I don't know what went down, man. Yeah. What's going on, bro? Yeah, I don't know what's going on, man. I'm talking about, bro. Listen, man, I don't know. I think they just shut me down over here or something, man. Y'all put a one in the chat if y'all can still hear me, man. Yeah, y'all put a one in the chat if y'all can still hear me, man. Look like they just shut us down over here, man. Look how them numbers going down, man. I'm talking about, man, literally look like they done shut the joint down. I'm talking about it done went all the way down to 11 people, dog. They look like they shutting the chat, they shutting my chat down or something, man. But I see some guys in here. I see a bunch of guys in here, man. I don't know what's going on. Maybe it's just looking crazy like that, man. But let's keep going, though. So I want y'all to understand this, man. When you think about the fact that a woman says, y'all guys on the streets are losing, bruh, I would never deal with a woman who would just meet a man while he's in prison, dog. That woman has no options in the real world. That woman is distraught and destroyed. And I would never allow that type of energy into my life. Now, if you got a woman and she with you, if she was with the man and he went and did a bid and she held him down, that's something totally different. But I'm going to be honest with you, man. It's kind of like a man. Oh, and I was telling y'all a story earlier about a guy who met a woman. When he met her, she was in jail. You know what I'm saying? Her and her man were in jail. He met her in jail. She got out. He moved her in his crib. I was telling y'all a story about that earlier on the show earlier, man. So I want y'all to understand, man, that you can't let a woman convince you of what you should value. Bruh, listen, let me tell you something, man. I feel like this. If I'm going to compete with a man that behind the wall, no knock to my brother that behind the wall, man. But if I'm going to compete with a man that behind the wall, I'm going to give you the same thing he can give you. Nothing. I ain't going to give you all I got is hardwood and bubble gum. Just ran out my last stick is where I'm coming from. I ain't got nothing else, bruh. I ain't got nothing else. Let me see. Seminars say, man, you two acting up and shutting folks down, Doc. Yeah, man, it look like it's shutting me down too, man. Yeah, man. Y'all, yeah. Hey, listen, man. Y'all check and see if y'all been unsubscribed from me, man, or whatever, man. Let me see. It ain't just you. I was in CGA live stream, and his numbers just went down too. Folks in the chat, check if y'all ain't been unsubscribed from BOA. Yeah, man. Y'all check that out, man. Let me go check this out, man, because I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't like the way they're looking right now, bro. I don't like it at all. I promise you, I don't like it. It ain't what I like to see, big dog. Let me go check some out. Y'all give me a quick minute, man. Let me check some out before we continue on, man. Let me check some out right quick. I don't know. The crazy thing is, man, it look like it's still running though. I don't know. I don't really know what's going on, man. I don't really know what's going on, man. But hey, let's just keep on doing it, man. Let's just keep rolling, man. We gonna keep rolling, man. We got a show to do, baby. We gonna keep going with it, man. That's all. We gonna keep rolling, man. Let's keep rolling with the show. All right, man. So when you think about it, man, I want y'all to understand, bro. Yeah. You know what? I was just I pulled it up, man. I pulled my page up, man. I don't know. I had to go in twice to pull it up though, man. I really had to. So I don't know what's going on, man. Let me see. Let me pull it. Yeah, it let me pull it up that time, man. I don't know. I think YouTube just glitching right now, man. I think that's what it is. Yeah, it's just glitching right now, man. I guess it'll go back up. Hold up. Let me check some. Let me go to the studio right quick, man, and see. Is some Is there an alert available? No, I don't even see an alert, man. I don't know what's going on, man. But we just gonna roll with it. Don't worry about it. Let's get back to it, man. My bad. My bad for the delay, man. Let's keep going. Let's keep rolling with it, baby. Look, man, we got work to do. Let's keep going. All right, man. So just jailbirds are winning, but only with lonely women. Like, for you to be a woman out here in the free world and you are in a chat with guys who are in federal prison and you are excited about being in that chat, then, bro, I don't want no woman like that. She's lost. Like, she doesn't live in the real world. You understand? She don't live in the real world. And for me, bro, I ain't got time for that, man. Crazy thing is, man, they don't know what the guy in the feds for or nothing. Bro, I don't play those games. And I'm telling you, man, I guarantee you go to another culture, that wouldn't be happening. I guarantee it wouldn't be happening. So let's get into this thing, man. Let's get back into it. All right, man, I got Bam in the building, man. Salute to you. Bam on deck. Neil Jones, man. I see you, man. Road Runner, what up, what up, what up? Road Runner said he can't like the video. Tony Pickney, man, what up, man? What up? Okay, everybody tapped in. They can't pull the page in, man. You can't like the videos or whatever, man. I guess it's still rolling, man. I guess it's still rolling. We're going to roll with it. We ain't going to stop. We're going to keep going. Bodyguard H, I see you, man. We're going to keep going, baby. We're going to keep going. All right, let's get it. All right, so look. This next clip. Here's another woman saying, women create life. You know, like, but she goes double on it. But, man, the way this guy responds, man, man, it's super dope the way he responds, man. Super dope the way he responds, man. All right, let's get into it, man. Let's get back into it.
Entire body of a woman is the creator of life. I'm sorry.
That's false.
The ass, everything. We create life.
No. Let me correct you. Women bring about life. Men create life. In my nutsack right now, I got 80 billion life forms living in me. Your eggs are dead until a man puts life form in you. Furthermore, you only have an X chromosome. Men hold the X and the Y chromosome. So we also dictate the sex of the baby. So you should be thanking your father for creating you, because your mother only brought you to term, but your father is your creator.
He's a legitimate super genius.
Man, listen, I say it all the time, man. And shout out to the brothers with all the podcasts, man, who you know, listen to Doc BOA, man. I listen, I like to see it, man. I like to see guys, man, getting out there, putting that real into the world, man. Because we're not putting it into the world. He didn't say that to try to tear the woman down. He said that so any man listening to that could understand the reality and listen to some logic. I say it all the time. I've said it since the beginning of this channel. The egg is just a clump of cells. Not even a clump. It's a dead clump of mass. It doesn't have life. You know, and people say, well, it's cells, so it's got life. Okay, not enough life for the body to keep it. Let's put it like that. Okay, if they're live cells, fine. But they ain't live enough for the body to keep it. The body don't think it's live enough to hold on to. So without the fertilization, listen, fertilization means what? It means to give life to give the opportunity to grow, that's what it means. It means to give the opportunity to grow. You fertilize it, it suddenly has the opportunity to grow and develop. And unfertilized eggs, even the woman's own body says you have no value. The woman's own body says we keep everything every month except you. You got to go every month until we get the energy of a man in here to attach to you. Then we value you enough to keep you. Now, let's be honest. Both man and woman are needed to create a child. Because the same way that clump of mass is just going to be expurgated by your body, guess what? If there ain't nothing to fertilize, then, you know, my swimmers, they just going to swim, and then they going to swim, and then they going to swim, and then they going to die. There ain't going to be no life to build. So, yes, it takes both. And we're not that type of platform. We're not that type of channel. We're not those type of guys who say, well, when they start making these fake... No, bruh. We don't play that game. We don't play that game. If I'm going to have a baby, it's going to be with a live woman. You understand me? It's going to be with a live woman. I ain't doing no in vitro. I ain't doing none of that. It's going to be with a live woman. Well, I'm going to have the thrill and the skill to create that baby. How's the pappy? That's what I'm going to do. And so I say this to you guys. When it all boils down, That's really all it is. She brings the baby to term. That's what she does. But there is no baby until that dead clump of mass is fertilized by my seed. There is none. Period. That's it. End of story. That's it. Is the egg important? Yes. I look at it like this. The egg is the body that's created. The energy, the mind, the spirit, all of that is created by the seed. You understand what I'm saying? All of that is created by the seed. And that's how it goes. That's just the reality of it, man. I don't know what to say to nobody, man, but that's just how it is, baby. That's the reality of it. You understand me? So, next clip, man. And man, I really don't even want to show Rick Ross, baby mama. But next clip, man, we're going to show the danger of not elevating your life and dealing with the type of woman you know you would want to deal with if you were successful. And that's why you must wait to get into a relationship until you get to the point you want to get to in life. Because if not, you're going to settle for this woman. And I guarantee you that you're going to regret the type of woman you end up with. 50 did it. When 50 first came out, he said his son mama, Marquez, I can't remember, Marquez, whatever his name is, his mama is going to be with him forever. Any woman's going to have to deal with it. Eventually, not anymore. He bought our house, put her in the house. You know what she did? She moved a dude into the house. Why? Because a woman has to be on her comfort level when it comes to the type of man she's dealing with. And if you're dealing with a woman that's beneath you, and then you lower yourself to that, then she's going to be comfortable, but you're going to be miserable. So you got to wait until you get to the point, at least close enough to the point where you can get the type of woman you would want. I tell a man all the time, never settle into a relationship with a woman that you wouldn't be with if you were paid. You know what I'm saying? Whatever level you on right now, never deal with a woman that you wouldn't deal with if you were paid. And when I say paid, I don't mean millionaire, billionaire. I don't mean that. I mean whatever your idea of paid was. Whatever your idea of financial security is, you never settle in with a woman that you wouldn't deal with if you financially secure. Polo P, what up, man? Hey, what quote you talking about, Polo? Tell me what quote you talking about, man. I said a bunch of things right then. So let's get into this, man. This is Rick Ross' baby mama. And I can tell you he regrets her right now.
You big mouth. Will, I want you to talk. Don't be scared now. No Diddy, huh? You scared now, huh? I know y'all on them tapes. Freaky. I know you is. 10 churn have. It's time to show them churns now. I ain't gonna let off you. You should have been shut this big mouth hole up. You know it. You know it. Sip me a fruit bat. You know what I like. Coconut water hole. Whole one. Drill a hole in it and put a cane straw in it for me. I'm mad right now. Ain't hit me and my baby prom in 2 weeks. I'm finna go let out. Turn that down, man. Turn it down. It's quiet right now. What you quiet for? Nobody want to see your Louis outfits and sneakers.
Wait. Was she just in the car listening to Ross? Hold up.
I'm finna go let out. Turn that down, man.
Hold up. Ain't that Ross in the background? Listen, dog.
Cane straw in it for me. I'm mad right now. Ain't hit me and my baby prom in 2 weeks. I'm finna go let out. Turn that down, man. Turn it down. It's quiet right now.
I thought it was.
What you quiet for? Nobody want to see your Louis outfits and sneakers. Nobody want to see it. Nobody don't care to see the Jets no more. You running out of hoes now. Go over there and get Diddy a hug. Go ride the bike with him, you fat. You know what time it is. Prom time. You ain't sent a motherfucking message since December 9th, you big bag. But I'm not finna play with you. I'm not. You gonna make me come to the gate, fat. You been in Miami a lot, cause you ain't got no motions. It's slowing down. I heard you, fat.
Man, let me tell you something, bro. And here's what I want y'all to understand. I can guarantee you, Ross has no greater regret in his life than impregnating that woman. I can guarantee it. See, let me help y'all understand something, man. These decisions about what woman you're going to deal with are some of the most important decisions in your life. That's why you can't make these decisions out of desperation. You saw how earlier the guy, he was the stepdad, and he thought the woman was going to love him for it and going to appreciate him for it and be loyal to him for it. He made a decision out of desperation. He needed somewhere to stay. He made a decision out of desperation. I want you men to understand that you can't do that. You can't make a decision out of desperation. When Ross knocked her up, Ross didn't have nothing. Ross wasn't the man. All that D-boy talk he was talking. He ain't have no work then. If he ever had work, he didn't have it back then because there's no way she would have been the one. But you got to think about this as well. When you live in the hood, all you have access to is hood chicks. That's all you have access to. And the bottom line is, if you knock up a hood chick, you're going to have hood kids. You understand? That's just the reality of it. And she's always going to be this type of thorn in your side if you reach a certain level of fame and notoriety, especially while the kid, or, while the child is still young. So he's dealing with this, man. He's going through this, and you see this woman getting on there every chance she get. She takes every opportunity to embarrass the man like this. You understand what I'm saying? Every opportunity to embarrass the man like this. And I'm going to be honest with you, bro. I wouldn't care what a woman had on me. She can tell you whatever she want to tell you. If there's some truth to it, I wouldn't even deny it. I don't care what a woman had on me. But her, man, she'll be on ice. She, you know what? She wouldn't be saying you ain't sent no mess since December. She'd be saying you ain't sent no mess since 2015. That's what she'd be saying. I ain't heard, man, she'll be blocked on everything. And every time she changes her number, she'll be blocked again. Every single time. You understand? And I'm going to tell y'all something. A lot of times, I'm going to tell y'all this. When you're done with a woman, don't keep sleeping with her. You understand me? When you're done with a woman, don't keep sleeping with her. Now, I'm not saying Ross is still sleeping with her. I'm saying when you're done with the relationship, stop sleeping with the woman. I mean, never tip through, never creep through. She's not your last option. She's not any option. You got to cut it off cold turkey because that type of energy, it keeps a woman tied in the way she was tied in. So even when you're not tied in like that no more, if you keep sleeping with her, she's still tied into the same energy. And when she realizes it wasn't that energy, you get another woman that's fed up. And when a woman's fed up, there ain't nothing you can do about it, big dog. I'm telling you, there's nothing you can do about it. And I want y'all to understand that. There is nothing you can do about it. Period. So don't try to change. Don't try to fix it. Don't try to do any of that. She's done. And like that's it. She's always going to be this type of thorn in your side. And you just can't do it, man. It doesn't make sense. So let's get back into this thing, man. Now, here's what I want y'all to understand. We're going to get into this last clip, man. Here's a guy. His wife is, just look at the way this house is and watch her begging him to not leave. And I want y'all to look at it, man. This house is in such disarray where this can't be a prank. This can't be a skit. Because if this is a skit and you messed up your house like this for a skit, man, listen, don't send me no more clips like this. Let's peep game, man. Yeah, she hating, man. That's all she doing, man. Let's do it, man.
Still ain't clipped up or nothing. You still got this.
I'm not letting you go.
I don't have time for this.
I'm not letting you go.
Ooh, what are you doing?
Listen. Just hear me out.
I'm
pregnant. I'm pregnant.
I don't believe you.
I showed you the ultrasound. What you mean?
Look at all this. Look at all this
What you
trash on the
mean?
bed.
I showed you the ultrasound.
Look at all this.
Look.
You don't see the gnats in here flying around in here and stuff?
I'm throwing it around. I'm cleaning up as we speak. I'm on my knees.
People say anything just to keep. No, I'm not. I don't have time.
So who been telling you that? Somebody been feeding information in your head.
Bruh.
Because if I say I'm pregnant. You see I'm gaining weight.
You know what? I don't have time for this. Like
don't
I said.
do this. I'm not letting you go.
Bruh,
period. Don't play with me.
I'm gone.
Don't play with me.
I'm gone.
Don't play with me. You don't miss me?
Man, look at them nails. Look at them nails. Let me tell you something, brothers, and this real talk. You can't make a move to be with a woman based on desperation. Bruh, I would not set foot in that house. I would not set foot in there. I would not set foot in there. There's no way. So if that's somebody that he's been being intimate with, and I want y'all to notice something. Look at those nails she got on. Look at those long nails she got on. She ain't doing no work with those nails on. She can go get those nails done, but she can't clean up. Let me tell you something, boy. If her house look like that, her body ain't clean either. You understand? Her body ain't clean either. And so for you to be the type of man who's in that situation, sometimes you enter into a situation as a man and then you snap out of it. You know you're in a bad situation, it's not the right situation, then bam, you snap out of it. And you got to understand as a man, bro, you can't get into that situation because there's a chance you won't snap out of it until it's too late. And then you wasted year after year after year. Like I was telling the homie earlier, hey man, if you got a woman, you've been with her 10 years, man, and she still won't follow your lead, hey man, how much more convincing do you need to see, man, that she's slowing down your speed? You know what I'm saying? You got to take heed if you want to proceed, homie. You know what I'm saying? And that's the reality of it, man. Like, we got to live a certain life, and we can't be playing these games, man. You have to stand on principle, and you have to be the type of man that's going to say, okay, if you can't do it this way, then it's going to be no way. My way or no way is not about control. My way or no way is about making sure that you get the type of quality you want in all areas. That's what it's about. My way ain't about, well, you can do without you, crack the whip. No, it's about, this is how I want my life. This is how my life is going to be. If you're going to be a part of my life, you got to make sure you do your part to keep it like this. That's it. Like, this is you. If you're coming into this life, then you're going to have to make sure it stays this way. That's all it is, man. It's not about control or oppression or none of that. That's just not it. So when you see a room like this, man, you got to understand, man, that woman ain't about no cleaning up. That woman ain't about nothing. And here's the thing you got to understand. She's not going to change. If you accept something the way it is, then it's not going to change. That person's not going to change it just because you don't accept it. I mean, just because now all of a sudden you get this, this epiphany that you don't want to accept it anymore. No, you already accepted it. People don't change people will never change for the one who accepted them how they were. There's a certain level of respect that's lost for you. You understand? Certain level of respect that's lost for you because a person that woman living like that, she knows you don't respect yourself for even being in there. Man, listen, I knew this chick, man, listen, bro. And man, listen, bro. Hey, listen, but she used to run a man and out of there. But man, she ended up having bed bugs in her house, man. Bad bed bugs. Bro, and I'm gonna tell you, dudes was still going over there. I'm talking about spending the night. Dude was spending the night there getting ate up by bed bugs, bro. Coming back. You know what I'm saying? Coming back again. And bro, I'm telling you, man, I get, man, like if you travel a lot, yeah, you can end up bed. You bring some bed bug home in your suitcase, boy, you might be in trouble. But if you don't travel a lot, how do you even get a bed bug infestation in your house if you don't travel? How does that even happen? Where did they come from? And bro, I'm telling you, man, some of these guys do not care. So that's why if you meet a woman who doesn't take good care of herself, she's not going to start taking care of herself. Why? Because she don't have to take care of herself to be with you. She could get a man without taking care of herself. She can get a man without cleaning up her crib. She can get a man without making sure she get her teeth straight, at least get them cleaned or just get them looking decent. She don't have to do that. You know what I'm saying? She don't have to comb her hair. There's a man, she can get a man without combing her hair. You just can't let that man be you. You know what I mean? You just can't let that man be you. And that's all I'm saying. So let's get to, man, listen, I'm telling you, Bama, I'm telling you, it's that serious, bro. And I'm talking about it wasn't just one dude, man, it was a multiple dude. Like she was running them in and out of there. She had about 5 or 6 dudes running in and out of there, bro. I'm talking about a bed bug infestation. And you know what, infestation, it ain't about if you're going to get bit, it's about how many times you're going to get bit. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about a pure bed bug infestation, bro. And everybody knew it. You know what I'm saying? Everybody knew it. The whole block knew it. And them guys were running in. Now, them guys weren't local guys. They were coming in from somewhere, like from the next town, the next city, but they were still coming. I'm talking about they staying for multiple days, bro. How you going to stay multiple days in a place, man, that's like that? I'm telling you, bro, it's crazy, man. So I look at those things and I be like, man, guys got to have a standard. Like you owe yourself to have a standard, man. So let's get into the last clip, man. I got one on here, man. I'm gonna skip it, man, because it really don't fit into the show. But let's get into this last clip, man. We're gonna skip to this last clip. And then I didn't cut it either.
So this school put me, I came up here, got you, try to talk to the kids, get them the word of the day, they gonna put me on me. Tell me I smell like weed, watch this. He gonna try to get mad. Oh man. Sure, nobody.
Bitch, you like I'm finna sit with your
They ain't come to see you, Otis.
Otis?
Bitch. You heard who they screaming for? Hiya.
Listen, man, let me tell y'all something. Let's finish the clip first, man.
They
Bro, fuck my head up.
They put us out.
I ain't gonna hop down on that. Oh, smack that ball up.
Man, let me ask y'all something, man. When did we get to the point where instead of doctors, lawyers, firemen, military officers, policemen, even the mayor, when did we get to the point where a school would invite Sexy Red to speak to the kids? That doesn't benefit one single child. There's nothing they're going to learn that's going to benefit their progress moving forward. Nothing. I remember a video that had Erica Banks. Erica Banks showed up at a high school, man. She walked in the door, man. She in there twerking. I'm telling you, brothers, we live in a society where all the most negative energy is perpetuated. And the only people who really suffer are the young people. The children are the ones who suffer. I can't even understand why anyone would think it's okay. And then she shows up in there smelling like weed and then complains that they put her out. Like, you invited somebody to talk to the kids who thinks it's okay to show up smelling like weed. Obviously, if she smelled like weed, she showed up high, man. You invite somebody to a school to speak to children and they think it's okay to show up high and then complain about being put out of the school because they're high. Brothers, come on, man. What are we doing around here? What are we doing? It doesn't even make sense. And here's the problem. Nobody's going to say anything because even the adults, man, there are grown women who follow this girl. Grown women. There are grown women whose leader is Cardi B. But there are grown men whose leader is Young Boy. Listen, there was a grown man, 39 years old, his 39th birthday. That fool had a NBA Young Boy themed party. This man is almost 40. We live in a society where grown men want to impress young men. Dog, it ain't no young man on this planet I want to impress. I could care less. If I'm impressing you, then I'm moving backwards in life. My goal isn't to impress you. I should be giving you something to aspire to. And I can't give you something to aspire to if you're my inspiration. It's a crazy world we living in right now, man. It's a crazy world we living in. I never thought I'd see the day where a high school would say, hey, let's invite Sexy Red. Let's entertain the children to death. Let's entertain them. This is all about entertainment, man. Everybody just wants to be entertained. It doesn't matter what's valuable. It doesn't matter what makes sense. Let's just entertain everyone. Everyone deserves to be entertained. Don't you agree? That's the world we're living in, man. And I'm going to be honest with you, brothers, man. It's a sad world. It's a sad world, man. And when I talk to my people from other cultures, man, they just don't understand how we allow this. Because honestly, we do allow this. This is on us. As men, this is on us. We allow this. You understand? So what I want you to do, stop playing with your life. Stop playing with your life, man. Stop wasting your life. Stop going backwards in life. If you're a grown man and you around here trying to live like a young boy, man, you know you going backwards. If you're a grown man, you around here trying to impress some young chick, man, you know you going backwards. Now, do I like them young? Yeah, I like them in their 20s, man. I like them in their 20s. I get them in their 20s. That's what I attract. But not because I try to impress her. She's just attracted to the OG energy that I have. I would never do that. But you got to stop playing with your life. You got to understand, man, that life goes by too fast for you to waste time going backwards. Life is going forward. You're going backwards. Where you want to be is getting further away from you. Guys out here 40, 50 years old sagging their pants, bruh. If you're a 40, 50-year-old man and you sagging your pants, man, bruh, you are a waste of space in life. You are wasting space. Somebody else who's going to be more productive needs that space. If you're a 40, 50-year-old man and every day you still around here taking penitentiary chances, man, go ahead and get you, man, they need to go ahead and give you a sale. Put somebody else in that spot. That air you breathing wasted. Put somebody else in that spot. Go put you somewhere where you can be productive. Because it ain't out here. There's no reason for any of us to act like we don't know what's going on, to act like we don't know what we should be doing, to act like we don't know what direction we should be going, to act like we don't know if we're being a man or we're not, to act like we don't know if we're being a leader or we're not, to act like we don't know if we're being lazy or we're not, to act like we don't know if we're being facetious or we're not, to act like we know if we, man, listen, you know who you are and you know what you're doing. You know what you're worth. So the same way you can't let anybody undervalue you, you can't overvalue yourself. I say this all the time, man. A low-level woman knows she's a low-level woman. And an ain't shit guy knows he's an ain't shit guy. Like, everybody knows what they are. Everybody knows what they are. And I say this, if that's what you're going to be, then you be that. But you be honest about that. Don't try to act like you're not that. I want y'all to understand one thing before we get out of here, man. Always keep in mind that everything you do every day has a consequence and repercussion. There's a result to every action you do. What you have to do is streamline your actions to all fit into a category. The category of self-improvement, self-elevation, self-motivation. That's the category. Because no one else owes you to prioritize you. No one owes you to motivate you. No one owes you to personalize you. No one owes you to value you. No one owes you anything. You got to do all of this stuff for yourself. The world will only interact with you how you interact with yourself. The moment you start to value yourself, the world will look at you and say, okay, I better value him if I want to be around him because he's going to leave if I don't. It's the same thing in your relationships. You got to make sure if you're in a relationship, you got to make sure, man, that your woman, that she values you. You got to make sure she values you because you value you. She can't undervalue you if you have the proper assessment of your value. If you carry yourself like you love yourself, then she can't do nothing but give you at least the same love you give yourself. She can't do nothing but give you at least the same respect you give yourself. She can't give you at least the same obedience that you give yourself. If you can't obey yourself, why would a woman obey you? If you can't lead yourself, why would she follow you? You must understand everything that you experience in this life is based on your decisions. Now, are there a lot of influences that can influence you one way or the other? Hell yeah, there's a lot. There's an awful lot. But the bottom line is this. Regardless of what's on the road, if this is the road you have to take to the point where you want to be, it don't matter what's on the road. If there's a pothole in the road, you got to dodge it. If they got a roadblock set up, a police checkpoint set up, you got to slow down and show them your license and registration. But you don't get off the path. Then sometimes you're going to have a clear road in front of you where you can make up a whole bunch of time. You can get on that boy and do 100 for a good 2 hours. No cops nowhere. You can make up a whole bunch of time. But then you're going to get to another town where you got to slow down. You got to ride through the speed limit is 45 now. Don't go through that town doing 70. You get through that town quicker doing 45 than you do doing 70, getting pulled over, getting a ticket. By the time they get through running your stuff and you get a ticket, man, they talking to you and all that, then you got to go 45 anyway. You should have just been going 45 in the first place. You dig? So I want y'all to understand that, man. Always do what you got to do, man. You have to understand that it's your life and you got to play to win or you got to play to lose. And I play to win, baby. Y'all put God first, man. Keep grinding and growing and always knowing Over here in the Alphasphere, man, alphas up, betas down. It's the motto. So before we go, let's let them know. Peace. Seems like no matter what you do sometimes, your efforts go underappreciated or unappreciated, period. You know, all we do, man, is try to give men the information they need to become the best version of themselves. No hate. We love women. We don't hate them. We just don't take no foolishness. And we can't be controlled by our lust. Those men can, but not us.
Alphas up, betas down, it's the motto. Simps claiming that they pimps, but they not though. Alphas up, betas down, it's the motto. Suckers claiming to be players, but they not though. Alphas up, betas down, it's the motto. Tricks acting like they max, but they not though. Alphas up, betas down, it's the motto. Betas claiming to be alpha, but they not though.
Now, I'm not gonna tell you, man, that you shouldn't value your woman at all. A woman does have value, but you can't overvalue her and convince yourself that she brings more value to your life than you bring to hers. You know, just the protection and provision is more than a woman can ever make up for, man. So I'm not saying don't give her props for what she does, but damn sure never make her feel like she's more important to you than you are to her, because it's just a figment of your imagination. She knows the truth, so you have to understand the truth as well. This is called the abundance mindset. There's nothing she can give you that you can't give yourself, besides a baby. And do you really want one of those right now? Nope.
Alphas up, betas down, it's the motto. Simps claiming that they pimps, but they not though. Alphas up, betas down, it's the motto. Suckers claiming to be players, but they not though. Alphas up, betas down, it's the motto. Tricks acting like they max, but they not though. Alphas up, betas down, it's the motto. Betas claiming to be alpha, but they not though.
You see, the main thing that men let women slide with is shut-upness and obedience. Now, when you use the term obedience with a woman, she automatically relates that to being a slave. But slaves aren't obedient. Obedience is a choice. Slaves either do it or die. Shut-upness is another thing that women have a problem with. It doesn't mean you can't talk. It means that you can't talk when I'm talking. It means that when we're talking about things that I do as the man, you don't have an opinion on those things, because I make decisions based on facts, not opinions, not even my own opinions, and most certainly not yours.
Alphas up, betas down, it's the motto. Simps claiming that they pimps, but they not though. Alphas up, betas down, it's the motto. Suckers claiming to be players, but they not though. Alphas up, betas down, it's the motto. Tricks acting like they max, but they not though. Alphas up, betas down, it's the motto.